Greetings, one and all. Now recording Machinist intro quest. My prospectometer seems rather fond of you. Let's see, shall we? Odd garb, striking presence. Would I be right in assuming that you were one of those adventurous types? Yes, I am. I thought as much. My prospectometer seldom lies. Let me just say, you've made the right choice in visiting our humble workshop. Welcome to the Sky Steel Manufactory, where miracles are born from ether, metal, and imagination. Cannons to ballistas, we develop and manufacture a range of weapons designed for slaying dragon invaders. We are also accepting students who wish to take up a firearm and learn the techniques of the Machinist. What say you? Are you interested in joining us and exploring the Machinist discipline? Yes. You are? Well, of course you are. Otherwise my prospectometer would not have registered your obvious interest. In my excitement, I've neglected to introduce myself. The name's Stephanivian. Stephanivian de Hyanite. You are? Harris, is it? Well, Harris, allow me to welcome you once more to the Sky Steel Manufactory. As I mentioned before, it is our charge to develop and manufacture weapons designed for slaying dragon invaders. Pray forget about those tired old inventions. Future lies in machinistry. Technology that was the genius of Master Garland's Magitech with traditional aetherology. Every single one of my latest creations employs the principles of this unique discipline. And in the steady hands of trained machinists, my new inventions are going to alter the very face of warfare. Though I would dearly love to expand upon my revolutionary theories, we should begin by familiarizing you with the tools of the trade, so to speak. Have you time now for a brief lesson? Perhaps. Splendid. Now, the first thing you must learn is the proper technique for handling a fire... Where in the hells is our master of marksmanship? I swear the man is never about when I need him most. How dreadfully embarrassing. You have mercilessly piqued your interest, and now I must ask you to call again at a later convenience. Mayhap the next time you visit, our instructor will deign to put in an appearance, and we can outfit you with the equipment necessary to learn basic marksmanship. I might explain to you the particulars of the machinist's profession. I'm afraid he's gone for good this time, my lordship. Left a letter of resignation on your workbench and all. Oh, confound the man. Cannot afford to lose such a pivotal employee at this crucial juncture in our growth. Joy, prepare mine accoutrement. I shall drag that scoundrel back by the lapels if need be. But my lordship, we ain't even sure of where to start looking. Make a salient point, my dear. My prospectometer points to the lands of Lenosha. Yes, I should realize that he would return to his homeland. Lenosha, my lordship? Are you sure you want to go there? It's a nasty place where folk will clout you across the face as soon as look at you. Well, I must admit to little familiarity with the environs. Hark, Joy. Prospectometer chirps again. Of course, our aspiring machinist. We'll have the worldly Harris here act as our guide. For an explorer who has braved the harshest corners of Eorzea, the wilds of Lenosha must be akin to a garden path. Is that not so? Aye, 'tis but a garden path. See, Joy, my prospectometer never steers me awry. You will consent to guide us then, Harris? Yes. Then 'tis settled. Joy here, in addition to her loyal service to House Hyanart, finest shot in the manufactory. As a novice machinist, I suggest you mark her technique well during our little jaunt to Lenosha. Speaking of which, we must needs decide upon a somewhat less vague destination. I seem to recall our absent-minded instructor mentioning companions from a Camp Overlook. Let that be our first port of call. Off to Camp Overlook. Aylmer. Me. Hello. Stench, I think I'm gonna be sick. So this is Camp Overlook. Indeed, its inhabitants do seem the type to cloud a man in the face in place of a how do you do. We make some inquiries after our prematurely retired instructor. Let us rendezvous at the spot once we've gathered what intelligence we may. How to talk to people. I already see one over here. Grinning private. Bloke Lady Ishgard. There was a stranger come about asking after one of our lads. Well, the sorry sod he was looking for was in the cabin by the lift, resting up from an axe wound. Scrutinizing private. I mean that big Rogadun bastard. I'll find him pasting the boards in front of the infirmary. The lad seemed to know the bloke, but no bugger seems eager to say how. Scowling private. I have seen him, all right. Got himself a cold reception, too. Come apologizing for a deed a decade old and just expect to be forgiven. Well. Same thing. How fared your interrogations? Seemed our man came here but to visit an old acquaintance. Yeah, and he wasn't... People weren't pleased to see him either. The vicinity of the winch, you say? Let's investigate this infirmary, then. The conditions of your employment not satisfactory. Turn with us to the manufactory and we can discuss more favorable terms. We understand that Ishgardians presently accord machinists rather less than the respect they deserve, but I promise you, our worth shall shine through in due time. People will clamor to learn our profession. Cannot abandon us now, Rostenthal. Think of the future. Leave me be. One more step and I'll blow your yapping jaw off. Joy, if you please. Magical girl transformation. You shite-eating bastard. Next time I'll aim for the shaft twixt your thighs. Are you not proud? It was you who taught Joy everything she knows about shooting, and spitting colorful profanity besides. Aye, the lass has learned me lessons well. Well enough to be your new master of marksmanship, I'd wager. Do you think so? Oh, but no, Joy is far too busy with her duties at the manor house. And besides, we have this budding machinist who is simply dying to learn from the great Rostenthal. Nodders, nodders. Buffalo shite. Any scrag who's known me would rather I did the dying. Oh, just look at you. The epitome of a roguish swashbuckler. Why ever did you cease brandishing your weapon in that fashion? There's only pirate scum hold a firearm like this. I ain't gonna teach the machinist way to know hopeless sausage-fingered venturer what you dragged in off the street. Then you are saying if that our sausage-fingered adventurer shows a glimmer of hope, you will consent to instruct him? He's like, damn it. Did you hear that, Harris? It's your chance to display your aptitude for marksmanship. Here, have a gun. Here, I took the liberty of packing some extra tools of the trade. Convince our elected instructor that you are serious in your intentions. I'm gonna kill you with the magic of friendship. And this gun I made. Meep, 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 meep. You have the look of a limited inventor about you. Fine, Stephanivian. But give your whelp one bloody chance. One lesson to see what he's made of. Fate of the Skysteel Manufactory, nay, the very future of machinistry, is in your sausage-fingered hands. Pick up your weapon and aim for the stars. Complete. Machinist unlocked. Mean machine. Level 30 Machinist Quest. Master of Marksmanship. Marksmanship. For first timer, you look good and comfortable with that carbine. That comfort will only last right up until you shoot the bleeding thing. Right, here's a few pointers before we start so as you don't put a round through your damn foot. Aim the barrel at your target, squeeze the trigger. Not too bloody hard, mind. Boom goes the firearm. It's your shots what'll decide the kind of damage you can do with any particular weapon. Next, let's talk about that contraption at your waist. I don't rightly understand it, but the boss tells me it draws on the ether in your body and turns it into the spark that'll feed some new device he's working on. Oh, and pray do not forget to carry your soul of the machinist. I based the design on the more traditional soul crystals, and it will act as a focal point for the energy conversions performed by the... Oh, and pray do not forget to carry your soul of the machinist. I based the design on the more traditional soul crystals, and it will act as a focal point for the energy conversions performed by the Ethereal Transformer. That would be the contraption Rostenthal mentioned. The actions, blah, blah, blah. Alright, that's all you're getting for the now. Follow me and we'll see how you fire in the field. Or you can throw your carbine in the bushes and flee like a musket-whipped cur. Them's your choices. Gonna kill you with the power of light. And this gun I found. Ha! Legit take me test then, eh? The rules are simple. Make your way towards the armored's oval and shoot what you're told to shoot. Do some shooting. She'll wait you at the end of your trial, Harris. I have every confidence that you shall impress our instructor with your enthusiasm and potential. Alright. Right, we're gonna have us a good old-fashioned one. So you'll be giving you instructions while I eyeball your marksmanship. Feet, basalt. Golems will be your first target. Focus on getting a feeling for range and rhythm. Try to avoid them curls. Don't want to waste your ammunition. The ammunition that I have an infinite amount of. There's one. Lightning sprite. Where are you, big bastard? And boop. See you. There's number 3 right in front of me. All right. Next up, we're hunting for bombs. Bombs? I actually don't know where to find bombs around here. Oh. Be training incendiaries. But they're probably up there. I just kind of went down here because I know that's where I could find some of those golems. Yep, there's one. Boop. Boink. And bam. Bang. Then you can fuck off. There's one. And bang. Bonk. All right. Not bad, lad. Not bad at all. Set you against some proper nasties, though, eh? Ain't you done enough for a beginner? Not by a long shot. I want to see skins for a pair of Myosids. A pair of tigers. Now Joy's joining in. Docile Myosids and docile tigers. And boop. Bang. Got to kill off a couple of these bear-like things. Here, there's the Myosids. There's the fucking tigers. I don't see nothing but goddamn monkeys. There they are. There you are. Bang. Oh, are we done? Yes, we're done. On to the hovel. Bring them skins then. Here we go. Even with young Joy's help, you did well, lad. Huzzah! You will return to the manufactory with us then. Well, he said he did well, not that he was done. Still got one last target to take down. Me. Harris's got talent, but even he can't win against Rostenstall. And truly is being bothersome. Harris, would you be so kind as to give the instructor a good drubbing? Duel. Rostenstall the Reborn. breathe, think, fire. No, that's just a plain old axe. Thrilling performance. You saved the manufactory. Well, there you are, Instructor. Harris has proven his potential beyond the shadow of a doubt. You are a man of your word, are you not? Aye, I'll come back to your bloody workshop. Do you know why I left in the first place? To once more breathe the salty air of your beloved homeland? Ha! I ain't got no love for Lenosha. In fact, I'd be happy if I never saw the place again. Why would you inconvenience us by fleeing to a locale you so clearly despise? For a sack of guilt the size of me bloody head. I don't know who he was working for, but some bloke came around offering me good money to ship anchor. So I did. Someone paid you to abandon the manufacturer. Who would do such a thing? Like I said, I ain't never seen this sort afore. If I show me face at the workshop, boss is gonna want the guilt back, I reckon. But he already spent it all in grog. Oh, no. It will not wriggle through my grasp that easily. Shall pay this debt, and in return you will instruct every would-be machinist who walks through our door. Do it. Do it. Well, you got one bugger worth teaching at least. Back to the frigid arms of Lady Ishgard for me. Was that wise, me lordship? High in art coffers ain't exactly fit to burst in. Oh, yes, you're quite right. You're rather short on coin, but I'm certain a thorough inspection of the ledgers will turn up a spare gill or two. Can't put a price on good people, eh, me lordship? That you cannot, my dear. Rosenthal may be touch standoffish at times, but none can dispute his eye for marksmanship. Talk aside, since the business he had in these parts was not concluded to his satisfaction, that the men would confide in me his troubles. So, suppose I shall have to content myself with the thought of his return. You, Harris, you've exceeded my every expectation. Pray join me back at the manufactory that I might thank you in a manner that befits your accomplishments. Back to Ishgard. Me. Ooh, excuse me. The savior of the Skysteel Manufactory. I had hoped to furnish you with a suitable reward, but at a glance the ledgers counsels me to bear some prudence. Thus, instead of presenting you with a firearm of the finest materials and latest design, I must humbly ask that you make do with the dated model I gave you at Camp Overlook. And I must also pass on a message to you from Rosenthal. He asks that you take the skill he had taught you thus far and master him in the furnace of battle. Something to that effect. I assume he means to offer you further instruction once you display a sufficient level of competence. Such a day can hardly be distant for one of your talents, eh, Harris? Hypercharged. Level 35 Machinist Quest. Always the last place you look. Greetings, Harris. Have you become practiced at defeating your foes from a distance? The range of our weapons, even skyborn dragons will learn to respect the threat posed by a trained machinist. Despite the proven efficiency of our cannons and ballistas, however, many Knights of Ishgard continue to eschew firearms in favor of the spear and the sword. Yeah, the creaking chains of tradition. Hawk, the very creaking I spoke of, draws near. This stifling heat and sulphurous stench. Scarcely breathe. Whereas I can scarcely bear the sight of mine own son garbed in such filthy garments. Why must you persist in this infatuation with smithing of all things? It is called machinistry, father. You need not come at all if the air in the workshop so offends you. Would that I could shed this onerous duty. As manufactory chief, I must needs supervise its operations. Supervise? Barely but visit but once a moon and relegate every management task to Fromalaw. What of it? Smithing is a commonest profession, and as overseer, the role of a noble. One of the four founders of Ishgard, House Hyenard, enjoys a privileged position. But misfortune has waged a constant war of attrition on our forces, and our claim to that position grows weak. Thus we must attend to our duties with uncommon zeal, in duties as common as this one. We shall not suffer this mean predicament forever. No, my son, you will reclaim the honor of our family with spear in hand. You must needs become a knight of skill nonpareil, and bear our flag onto the field of battle. Father, the face of war changes with each passing day. Soon will come a time where machinists shall form the bulk of our army. Did you cling to these stagnant ideas of yours, you'll be swept over by the wave that carries us forward. Tire of your flights of fancy, Stefanovian. Without successes to back them, your arguments ring as empty as my treasure room. Holy See has announced a tourney. You will best serve your house by returning to the practice field and then claiming victory in the melee. I regret that you are subject to our squabbles, but Father's attitude is sadly representative of the greater part of Ishgard's populace. Heads may as well be made from the stone of the city walls. I have, however, designed a weapon of such brilliance that the light of its potential will penetrate even the densest mind. Rosenthal and Joy will accompany me to Raincatcher Gully to gather materials for the prototype. Why don't you join us? Practicing your marksmanship in Ishgard will only invite suspicion and ridicule. This is the perfect opportunity to receive further tutelage from Rosenthal. You might also train under the warm rays of Lenosha's sun as simply a fortuitous boon. And off to Wineport. Eh. Bing, 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 bing. Bing, 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 bing. Hello. Got yourself dragged out here as well, did you? Boss said he needed some Magitech part, and I just had to open me big gob about this Garlean wreck in the gully. Been rusting here for nigh on 5 years now, so any useful bits and bobs was likely stripped out long ago. But seeing as we've trekked all this bloody way, we might as well see how far you come in your shooting. Go say hello to the other two and keep them safe while they concentrate on their scrounging. Hello. Ah, you came. Splendid. I am afraid the rewards have yet to meet the risks of this monster-infested crash site. Speaking of monsters... yes. Bugs. Practicing your marksmanship, are you? Maybe I'll have half a moment's peace to look after this part while you watch me back. Not again. Take care of this. Take care of that, would you, Harris? Boop. Been working at those shots, haven't you, lad? Let's see you're good and ready to... Bloody hell, that's a big one. You're up, Harris. Bang. Aye, nice form, lad. Tightly grouped shots. Tightly grouped shots. Was it just me eyes playing tricks, or did somewhat other than guts drop out of that thing's belly? Like a bit of machinery. Who else would have a better idea than me? Ignore that. Found it. All this way and not to show for it. Not from mere obvious improvements in marksmanship, of course. There you have there. It's been rotating a penalty. B4 is beyond you. This spilled out along with the creature's innards, you say? Extraordinary. By the Fury, do you know what this is? Found the very component I was searching for. It's wonderful, my lordship. Fortunes took a turn for the better the moment you walked through the workshop doors, Harris. Finding a rare magic take part in a belly's beast ain't fortune. That's bloody sorcery. Or so I'd think if I didn't see you shoot the damn thing with my own two eyes. Nice work there, by the way, Harris. I already hear the whirring of my invention come to life. Come, we must return to the manufactory at once. Returning to the manufactory at once. Me, 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 me. Truly was a stroke of luck, Harris. The wretchedly rare gyroscope in hand, 'twas only a matter of time until I have a working prototype. 'Twill be. Instead of twiddling your thumbs until its completion, however, you shall have your hands full mastering a new skill. Rottenstall bade me pass on to you the particulars of Heat Blast. Train hard, my friend. Yay. Heat Blast. One, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Okay, now recording Machinist Quest, level 40. Rook before you reap. Ah, Harris, splendid. You're out at the very moment I completed my newest Machinist marvel. Well, within the very hour, at least. It is unfortunate that many Ishgardians cannot appreciate the practicality of my work. People such as my father, for instance. Speaking of which... is there naught that can be done for this dreadful odor? Stephanivia, my son, the days of shunning your nightly training have come to an end. Never should I have allowed you to set foot inside this workshop. I had but known that the curiosity you displayed as a boy would develop into this all-consuming distraction. Is that all you came to say, Father? I am well aware of your distaste for... Hey, Stephanivian, there is more. House Zamail has sounded a call to arms, and House Hyanot is bound to answer. As you well know, however, our companies are light on lances. We are to avoid dishonoring our name. Every able soldier, my own son included, must take up spear and sword and march into battle. I have not the disposition for charging into enemy ranks, Father. I did not raise a coward. Consider your next words carefully, boy. As manufactory chief, I hold the authority to expel anyone from this workshop. A parchment, mayhap. There's only one chief we answer to. I understand that our ranks have grown thin. Thus is our house in Dionita the support my machinists will bring. Challenging the might of dragons with spear and sword is the work of seasoned heroes, warriors possessed of unflagging stamina and robust physique. Equipped with a firearm, however, even the scrawniest commoner could engage those same scaled demons from afar. Think of it, Father. The masses were trained in the machinist profession, the casualties of fang and claw would be considerably diminished. Machinist companies would soon form the backbone of our defense, and as the master of the manufactory, the accolades would belong to House Hyenart. Train the masses? Foolish boy. No lowborn army could ever replace a contingent of disciplined knights. It is time, my lord. Savara is expected to descend upon our defenses within the hour. Savara? You mean to engage that great brute with naught but our knights? What would you have me do? The dragon flies straight as an arrow for our very own Skyfire locks. If we let them be destroyed, the price will be steep in both coin and honor. Father, you must allow me to deploy my machinists. Once you have witnessed them in battle, even you will be unable to deny their effectiveness. Do as you will, Stefanivian. As matters stand, I would not turn away a lame chocobo if it offered to defend our holdings. Be certain to assemble your forces at the locks ere Savara arrives. Oh boy, we get to go fight a dragon. Oh dear, I fear I've allowed my passion to impair my better judgment. All my budding machinists, only you have seen true combat. It is to you, then, that I want to entrust use of my prototype device. How am I enjoying FF14? I'm going to let you in on a little secret. This is not my main character. And I adore the ever-loving crap out of this game. Now, where is I? Ah, yes. The Rook, as I have taken to calling it, is an auto-turret, type of machinist weapon that fights on its own. You recall Rostenstall's explanation of the Aethero-transformer? A contraption at your waist will convert your body's ether into the lightning-aspected energy required to power the turret. You need simply to activate the weapon, and it will supplement your own attacks. Savara has plagued House Hyenart for long years. Should you employ the Rook to good effect, then we may rid ourselves of both a deadly enemy and my father's antiquated notions in one fell swoop. Yay, skills. Skills that I need very, very badly. So that I can keep leveling without people getting on my case for not having skills. Right. 5. Now recording Machinist Quest level 40. Securing the locks. Well, Harris, we are as ready can be. All except for a wayward instructor. Would you be so kind as to locate Rostenstall and inform him of the urgency of our situation? I imagine he is loitering in Foundation somewhere, making his unhurried way to the workshop. Alright, we need to go find the Rogadin man. In the midst of this fucking hellhole. Much as I like this game, God, I fucking hate this place. Alright, he's up there. Where are you, big burly bugger? Play a little bit of the Peloton. There you are. Hey, yo, we gotta fight. Ah, Harris, look at the scrag I caught creeping about near the work. Take you. Ah, Harris, look at the scrag I caught me creeping about near the workshop. Up to no bloody good, I reckon, so I sat him down for a friendly chat. Dragon attack? The boss needs every hand on deck, does he? I'll be right there. Just as soon as I'm done wringing some answers from this ugly sod. You know, where there's one rat, there's always a dozen more. It'd be best if you took a quick look around yourself and deal with any troublemakers before you head back. No need to murder anyone, mind. Wait for my Gauss round out to scare him off. Me. player. Ah. There you are, you bugger. Ah! What in the seven hells? You'd have taken off a toe. You're Rostenstall's new pup, ain't you? It's trouble you're looking for, then look no further than that backstabbing Laminson cur. Okay, there's one. Oh, they are spread out all over the place here, aren't they? Need to make my way down here. To make my way down these steps. And then look, and then up those ones over there. You know, probably could have worked there, now that I think about it. Alright. Anyway. Squinty-eyed loiterer. Oi! How uncouth! I suppose I should expect not less from one of Rosensthal's underlings. He learned it from the vicious brute himself. Heed my words. Skysteel Manufactory plays haven to villains. The safety of Ishgard's citizens, the manufactory must needs be shut down. The Rogan instructor poses as the former commodore of the Knights of the Barracuda. This is a lie. In truth, he is a bloodthirsty pirate who murdered his entire crew. And away they go. Not much of a shortcut, but put him there for a reason. Me. Boop. Shifty-eyed loiterer. You ain't seen the last of me. Me thanks. Name's Celesto, one of your fellow machinists. You didn't know. One of your fellow machinists, if you didn't know. I was making preparations for a fight with Savara when that thug ambushed me. Don't bother chasing him. I doubt he knows more than what he was paid to do. But he did make it damn clear that someone out there has a grudge against our workshop. Anyway, I ought to get back to me duties. We never fought in a proper battle, let alone against a monster like Savara, and we'll need all the advantages we can get. Back to the manufactory. Bing, 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 bing. Bing. Bing, 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 bing. I have returned. Is everything all right? Rosenstall tells me there are villains afoot, making trouble for the workshop. Intimidating my machinists, were they? Then fires and spreading rumors? Joey, too, has overheard vile slander intended to defame our master of marksmanship. Took every care to choose the right employee, my lordship. You do a lot worse than the former commodore of Limsalamince's Barracudas. Now half of Ishgard thinks he's a lion. He's a convict of terrible crimes. Someone seek to harm the manufactory's standing with these attacks upon our instructor's character. I'm sorry, Rosenstall. Your association with the machinists has brought you naught but ridicule and insult. Don't blame yourself, boss. After all, more than half that stuff's probably true. Aye, how was the Commodore of the Cudas? Right up till I got kicked out of my arse for making a bloody mess of things. That's why you found me in Camp Overlook. I was there to visit one of me old underlings. Or he'd rather take another axe to the face before he'd talk to me. Your mistakes cost some more than others. No bastard in Lenosha has called me friend. Your mysterious rival must have learned of me tarnished past. They offered a fortune for me to accept the job as your master of marksmanship. Suppose they thought the workshop would be ruined once the truth behind me charming reputation became common knowledge. But as it turns out, I don't take kindly to being some faceless bastard's puppet. So I took their coin, and yours, and made for theirs. I had no intention of fulfilling my contract, until your venturer here went and got me fired up about teaching in truth. It's sad there ain't nothing in me agreement says I gotta fight a bleed That said, there ain't not in me agreement says I gotta fight bleeding dragons. Me students will give a better showing without me there growling over their shoulder and his shoulders any road. Going too fast. Though his support will be missed, Rostenstall is mayhap correct in his assumption. Demonstration will be all the more impressive for his absence. Let's check our weapons one last time and assemble at Skyfire locks. Skyfire locks. Well, it's just like right south of there. Teleport. 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 Get here, teleport. Alright. I assume this is a sounds like a solo instance. I feel like I should remember this one because I've definitely done it before. Well, although that was back when Machinist still had to worry about ammunition stuff. Allow me to brief you on our defensive strategy ere the dragon and its minions arrive. Atop each of the 3 locks we have placed a dragon-slaying cannon. Our task as Machinists shall be to defend the cannons from Savar's lesser kin. Find a lock in the northeast. Pan over. Zoom in on the cannon. A lock to the northwest. Yep, I see it. Move on, please. And a lock to the south. I will track the concentrations of our enemy and direct you to the cannon most in need of protection. Beep, 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 beep. Yes, it is a wonderful cannon. Can we please move on? Hawk, the dragons are come. Everyone, to your positions. All right. Southern cannon. Okay. To the southern cannon. Big Bertha south. Bam. Reassemble for the big damage. Beep, 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 beep. Yes, Machinist. I'm working on the job quest so that I have all the skills I need. Okay. South is clear. Northeast. Got the answer to 67. Nice job. Come on. There we go. That and that. Come on. Bam. Oh, this one took a hella beating. And the cannons as needed. Beam, 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 beam. Western Canada is under attack. I am on it. Come on, go down. Did we get him? And there's the main event. Beep, beep. Come on. Now for some heat blast. So far so good. Owie. Oh. We're down a cannon. Fuck. No, we still seem to be doing alright. Haha! We have succeeded! Cannon power, exactly. Well, Father, do you see now how we might prevail against dragons without risking the lives of our soldiers? It was a most impressive display. I must admit, your commoners acquitted themselves admirably. I thought I heard the terrible din of cannons being fired. What do I hasten out here to find but the high-born Hyonauts frolicking in the snow with their low-born lackeys? Grr. This guy just looks like an asshole. After providing you with this opportunity to improve the ailing reputation of your noble house, does the consideration house as a male not merit a formal reply? Oh, Tettlegrinch, my apologies. What was upon us ere we could put quill to parchment. Ah, yes, I imagine you were full occupied with scraping together a serviceable company of soldiers. If only your dear son was as ardent with his knightly training as he is with his idle tinkering. He's like, you fucking what? There is not idle in my work. I would not speak such insults had you seen my machinists in action. Oh, such a temper. It seems your association with commoners has eroded your manners as well as your martial skills. If you are so confident in these machinists of yours, mayhap you should enter them in the upcoming tourney. Mayhap I shall. Upon my oath, we will turn Ishgar's tradition-bound combat upon its ear. The gauntlet has been thrown. The Holy Sea's adjudicators will be most impressed when your low-boned rabble is chopped to pieces by the tested blades of noble champions. My son, what have you done? Tourney is a stage upon which is flaunted the might and mettle of the four great houses. Only the finest knights are chosen to participate. Even with the aid of your machinists, our battered ranks stand little chance of victory. Must we now parade our shame before the highest echelons of the Holy See? Do not be so swift to dismiss our chances, Father. I give you my word, House Hyonaut will leave the contest with its pride intact. And furthermore, should we win, I will have your word that you shall yield the running of the manufactory to me. It's like, what to do. Very well, my stubborn boy. And whether you win or no, you be sure to give House Zamail a darn good pummeling. I shall see it done, Father. We will not disappoint you. You're just like, I'm ruined. That's it. Game over. Harris, by virtue of your undeniable expertise, my father has at last recognized the value of machinistry. We cannot stop it but one hard-headed night. This tourney will be our opportunity to demonstrate to all and sundry the potential of our profession. My lordship, if I may, it seems that Lord Tettlegrinch has a dislike for commoners such as me. My presence will cause you more trouble, then mayhap I should quit the manufactory. Pay no mind to the praning fop, lass. It's all piss and wind. Aye, ever has Tettlegrinch sought to needle me in such a manner. It's not you, my dear, that he despises. 'Tis the mingling of highborn and lowborn. As Zamail is a powerful family, and their talent for the building of fortifications has brought them vast wealth and influence. Staunch allies of House Durandare, the Zamails have also been party to a number of significant victories. Thus do they stand at the peak of Ishgardian society, looking down their noses at any who do not share their noble pedigree. If you truly wish to please me, then I would have you shine your brightest in the tourney, with that arrogant smirk from his face. Shall we be on our way? Yeah. Back to Ishgard. Me. I must confess my misgivings to you, Harris. When queried as to our chances of victory, my prospectometer returned an unfavorable result. Triumphed over dragons, 'tis true. Such a battle has not prepared us to face coordinated parties of seasoned knights. The Machinists are simply not ready. It's fortunate, then, that the tourney is yet some days away. Just keep such disheartening talk from our colleagues and continue to train them, and ourselves, for the contest ahead. Yay. Alright. 3, 4, and 5. Now recording Machinist Quest, level 45, a suppressive strategy. Greetings, Harris. The training proceeds apace, I trust. Stay a while and we can discuss our strategy for the tourney. Hi. It would appear everyone is present, even our dear instructor. So let us delve into the particulars of the upcoming contest. Now, the degree of favor the Holy See bestows is much influenced by the outcome of the tourney, and thus do the nobles enter only their most able champions. They assume that Tettlegrinch, in his small-minded maliciousness, seeks to humiliate us before the adjudicators, and thereby convince the Holy See to cease the flow of funds to the manufactory. Don't understand, my lordship. Most Ishgardians ain't hardly aware that machinists exist. Why have we so grabbed Lord Tettlegrinch's attention? Because he's likely noticed that your firearm can kill a man with not but your dainty little finger on the trigger. It's the same reason there's laws in Limsa that prevent any old drunken horseman from carrying a musket. And Ishgardian's hierarchy ain't exactly fair and measured, now is it? If you arm the lowest folk on the ladder with weapons like ours, then you can be sure as the tide that their barrels will soon be pointed toward them overprivileged bastards would stand at the top. But as you say, most of the nobles don't seem to understand the threat what an army of machinists could pose. Tettlegrinch bloke is a step ahead, I'll give him that much. He's a despicable fellow, but also uncommonly clever. Even so, he has failed to arrive at the most obvious conclusion. A well-trained and well-armed populace would strengthen Ishgard's defenses tenfold. And if we are to convince the Holy See of that fact, then we must claim victory at the tourney. You got something special in mind, then? I've been considering several strategies, but to practice them here in plain view of our adversaries would void their effectiveness. We must needs look farther afield for a suitable location to train. Leadshore and eastern Lanosha ought to do the trick. We'll secure us a place where we can shoot to our heart's content. Joy? Pray make preparations for the journey. After you have attended to your duties at the Manor, of course. As for you, Harris, I would have you test another of my innovations. Remain behind, and I shall make some adjustments to your Etherotransformer. Me. Oh, it's one of them short ones. Forgive my duplicity, Harris. Talk of adjustments was merely an excuse that we might speak alone. Now, you heard me boast to my father that machinist companies could soon form the backbone of our defense. That was something of an exaggeration. When it comes to gigantic dragons, one may as well be firing at the side of a barbican. In attorney, however, the lesser sides of our opponents will work against us. It requires intensive training to consistently track and score hits against targets that are both small and agile. And as there's but little time left before the contest, our victory will depend largely upon your skilled contribution. If Joy is able to display even a fraction of your battle savvy, then the reputation of the Machinists will flourish. Thus, I need you to attend our practice with undivided focus and present a shining example to which she might aspire. Oh, 3 minutes. Double quest. Level 45, Blood on the Sands. Once Joy has completed her tasks at the manor, we could be off to Bloodshore. Wonder what could be keeping her. Trip to the market to restock the larder or some such. Blah. That was an awful read. Okay. Find Joy in the pillars. In the pillars. Oh, look, it's a Madeline. Me. Me. Hello. Oh, hello, Harris. Must be eager to get in some practice before the big contest. Be ready to go just as soon as I've hauled me shop into the manor. Going to continue me machinist training, I can't be shirking me other chores. Made a promise to the Count. But I won't keep you waiting much longer. I'll run to the manor with what I've got and come back for this big sack afterwards. Offer to help. Oh, that's very kind of you, Harris, but I'm stronger than I look. Maybe you could just keep an eye on this other sack until I get back. Shouldn't take too long. Like, or I could just carry it for you. Alright, teleport to the last vigil. Hello. Harris, what are you doing here? I was watching me other sack. Mark Hemmons has yet to deliver. Ah, lending a hand to young Joy here, are you? Very good. This was the last of her task for the day, so she is free to assist Stefanivian in his work. Pray return to your tourney preparations. Thank you, Harris. Appreciate you helping me, of course, but I appreciate you helping his lordship even more. Jan was against me becoming a machinist. He knew that me dad's too feeble to work, though, and was kind enough to let me keep me placed on the manor staff. Family'd be on the street if it weren't for this job, and I can't thank him enough. Sometimes it don't feel right that I repay him by spending half my time at the manufactory. Maybe now that you're around for Stefanivian, his lordship won't need me to be a machinist no more. Winning the tourney will repay the Count's kindness. Never thought of it that way. We should be getting ourselves to the Bloodshore. Off to Costa del Sol. All right. And another solo instance. I have arrived. Right, let's begin, shall we? Our objective shall be to explore the most effective methods of countering our knightly opponents. When I cannot reach you, he cannot hurt you. Thus, we shall concentrate on those machinist skills that hinder movement. I've prepared a crate of aromatic meats said to be irresistible to giant crabs. The purpose of this exercise, imagine the shell-covered creatures lured by its scent to be enemy knights, and form tactics to prevent their advance. Should the box be broken open, that will signal your defeat. What strategies you can devise for us, eh, Harris? Spot on saying. Yes, please. Protect box. Protect the rank box. Where do you think you're going? Look lively, here comes another lot. Come on. Curse you, skill speed on my dancer. Stirred up half the bloody shoreline. Boop. Oh, Jiminy Christmas. Okay, the box has some health. Thank God. And all of them? Hell yeah. Never mind. Thing from the deep. There we go. That last fellow was rather unexpected, but you handled them nonetheless. Well done. Your performance has prompted my prospectometer and inspired me with entirely new strategies. If I may, me lordship, seeing how well Harris is coming along, maybe you don't need me in the tourney no more. If I could make you think that, my dear. Need you now more than ever. Sight of you, a commoner with scant battle experience, sending seasoned knights stumbling and sprawling, will open the eyes of the Holy See. You shall be the bullet that pierces their tradition-bound hearts. Very well, me lordship. Do me best in the name of House Hyenart, for both you and the Count. That's the spirit. Now I must return to the workshop. Back we go. Me. Me. I went to the wrong place. Me. Fine showing out there, Harris. Joy's lack of enthusiasm troubles me somewhat, but I'm sure the moment her hand closes about her stock, she'll be as ferocious as ever. Okay. And 5. Alright. Now recording level 50 Machinist quest, Rage Against the Machinists. Day of the tourney is finally upon us. This is it, Harris. This is Machinistry's moment of truth. Pray gather our colleagues together. We should be just outside performing some last-minute firearm inspections, and Rosenthal... Well, Joy may have a better idea of his whereabouts than I. Oh, Harris, this is a disaster. Someone's broken into our storage crates and smashed all the firearms. I must tell his lordship. No, we must check the other crates first. Or maybe... What do we do? Aye, you're right, of course. Even into panic won't help us none. So it's become the rest of the weapons, then report me findings to his lordship. Rosenthal? Last I saw he was getting some fresh air out behind the workshop. So, we got a problem. Don't look now, lad, but I think we got visitors again. Stubborn bastards. Eh? Smashed up our firearms, you say? That our scrag is it is that once it's gone is done with being subtle. Best run off the rest of these thugs before they decide to set fire to the place. You know what to do. Warning gas rounds only so as we don't bring the wrath of the Temple Knights down upon us. Meet me back in the workshop when you're done with your patrol. Another of these bastards. But please no, it wasn't my idea. Oh. Yeah, where'd you come from? Can see the fucker from here. Yeah, that purse ain't worth getting shot at. Well. Harris, are you quite all right? My instructor here tells me you've both been busy chasing off hired miscreants again. I'm afraid the damage has already been done, my lordship. Even after scraping together our spares, we've less than half the weapons we need for the tourney. And half will just have to do. Be difficult, I know, but I believe we can still have a chance. What the bloody hell was that? Like someone fired a damn cannon or something. Oh, my lordship, our turrets. Blast. Must have missed one of the short-eaten bastards. That's it then, we'll have to forfeit the contest. Nay, my dear, there's yet time to remedy this. Efforts to confound our chances are but to stoke the fires of my determination. Pray accompany me back inside, Harris. Rosenthal, Joy, lead your fellow machinists to the tourney field and don you masks of supreme confidence. While the mysterious enemy is distracted by your show of bravado, I shall work to replace the damaged firearms. But how can you craft so many weapons before the contest begins? Short of it is, I cannot. Up to my usual exacting specifications, of course. Only the four of us must be aware of the poor quality of our replacements. You and Joy must needs fight that much harder to compensate for your colleagues' lack of firepower. do my best to keep the others in high spirits too, Lord Stephanivian. Apologies, I wasn't trying to eavesdrop or nothing, but when I heard the noise. Yeah, Celesto. Well, there's enough for it now. Welcome to the conspiracy. Formidable foes, meager chance of success. It shall be a victory worthy of song. Me. That the odds were not so heavily stacked against us, but we cannot let a few setbacks stand in the way of our moment of glory. Me. Level 50 Machinist Quest, The Power of Attorney. Horrible pun. Done all that we have done all that can be done. It's time we join our companions and survey the field on which the tourney is to take place. You are familiar with Camp Dragonhead, I trust. Its grounds should make for an interesting arena. Just teleport there. Rip. Have arrived. Good, you've come. The other houses have yet to field their forces, and we have time to inspect the arena and formulate a winning strategy. Are you certain of your preparations, my son? The tales I hear of hired thugs terrorizing machinists and destroying equipment do not fill me with confidence. I remember that the collected gaze of Ishgard shall be focused on this contest. Poor showing will cost us our funding from the Holy See, cast an uncertain shadow over the future of the manufactory. I have never been more ready, Father. Now relinquish your doubts, find yourself a nice vantage point, and enjoy the spectacle. I'm off to find a perch myself, but here's one piece of advice before I go. Make the most of the terrain. There's a few choice spots where I'd lay an ambush. Expect me enemies to lay one for me. Be sure you've given the place a good once-over, eh? You heard the instructor. The word, and we shall endeavor to learn the lay of the land. Let us review our strategy, shall we? So we would rather simply begin the tourney, in which case we must speak with our machinist messenger. Do I have that option? Combine force from House Heinart and House Fortom. That's our encampment. Defeated and the tourney is lost. Inspecting. Turn here if you are in need of healing. The Crimsons entered and survey the surrounding area. Running. If we succeed in toppling the Crimson standard, then victory is ours. Avoid lengthy engagements in its proximity. Now discuss our individual roles. Join Fortom. Strike where needed. Survey your place of concealment. Hey, where are we hiding this guy? I wonder. Nope. This is where the ambush happens. Merge and assault the enemy standard. On my signal. Their captain is an aggressive sort. Appear weak, will commit his forces to attack. Leave their encampment vulnerable to ambush. Signal mortar near the E3. See it for yourself. The signal mortar. Safe here from enemy detection. You have both games. Townsperson. Alright, let's fucking do this. Hawk, 'tis Tittlegrinch and his knights. The manufactory workers in all their glory. Imagine there are many who are curious, even eager, to witness you fight this day. Unfortunately for the spectators, however, how Zemail will end this mockery of a contest all too swiftly. Bluster all you will. You shall let the tattered remains of your standard speak for us. Such conviction from the king of the commoners. Come then, all the players are present. Let the tourney begin. Time for Shooty Bang Bang. God, this guy's a lot of fucking HP. You can just get one of these assholes down. Alright, it's one. Along a cadre of healers. Okay, this guy's almost down. Okay, we're doing good so far. Ah, fuck. Come on. Come on. Hey, dude's health is going down pretty quickly. Come on. You believe the time has come. And haha, armor's no match for the power of gun. We are victorious! That was a lot easier than I remember. Congratulations, Machinists. You've proven yourselves not entirely without merit. House Zamail will gladly welcome your inclusion in House Hynard's next company of reinforcements. Your novel toys confounded my knights and won you this game of flags. I would see, however, how you fare against adversaries who seek not to break your standard, but to spill your life's blood. May the day soon come when we fight side by side. Mayhap then you shall understand why the knight is the master of the battlefield. Well done, my son. You've triumphed against all that would see you fail. But of course, father, there's no difficulty that machinistry cannot overcome. Nodders. Tourney victory. How many years has it been? At last do we begin to reclaim the influence we have lost. And there shall be more to come, as long as you're true to your word. That means no more bemoaning my knightly skills, no more disruptive visits to the workshop. Stephanivian, I hereby relinquish to you full authority of the manufactory. May your machinists be the spears that pierce our foes and the shields that defend our walls. Do as you will, my son, for the glory of Ishgard and her people. The age of the machinist has begun, my friends. Follow me, and together we shall ring the rusted helmets of the old guard. Clap, 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 clap. Something's up with Joy. Bam, bam, bam. Bing, 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 bing. It was a hard-won battle, Harris, but your keen grasp of tactics carried the day. And that is to say naught of your ever-growing skill with a firearm. With this victory, I am become manufactory chief in both name and deed, and I intend to make the most of my newfound freedom. Indeed, my first act upon returning to the workshop was to improve upon the Aethero transformer. This latest model is yours, with my thanks. Tourney exposed certain inadequacies in the design for which I have endeavored to compensate. Use it well, Harris. Bing, bing, bing. Yay. Ricochet. Ah, there's another.